Last time, on the old blood.
He saved me, you know, from one of them old beasts. Helped me find my way here, he did. I ain't no warrior, just a weaselly man. Can't fight to, well, you know. But I remember the sound it made. I remember the taste of iron on my tongue, but it wasn't mine. Something else's blood had gotten in my mouth. Hot, and it was wrong. It all started with a drink, doesn't it always? Just another piss-soaked night in the wretched quarter, where the fog crawls in early and the lamps flicker even when you pray they don't. I was stumbling home from the hollowed gourd, barely upright, boots slick with mud and God knows what else. The alley ahead looked off. Too quiet, too foggy, too dark. I should have turned back, but I didn't. I walked in, didn't I? One hand on the wall, the other clutching a bottle I'd already finished. The air had gone still, like I was underwater. And then, footsteps. Slow and heavy they were. They echoed, but there was no echo in that place. Just fog and silence. Then I saw them. Eyes, just hovering in the fog. 6 or 7 of them. Not blinking, not even human. Slitted, pulsing with pale blue light. Then they were gone, and something slammed into me. I hit the cobblestones hard. My head rang, and then it roared. A man-shaped thing stood over me, breathing wet and fast like it was trying not to drown in its own hunger. Its arms were too long, fingers all crooked, mouth split across his face like it had been carved open and left grinning. It smelled like rot and all. I tried to crawl. It grabbed my leg and dragged me into the dark, so I screamed, loud enough to wake the chapel watch, or the gods, or whatever still listened in this cursed place. And something did. A second roar tore through the alley. Not beast, not man. And then a gunshot. Close. Deafening. The creature shrieked and dropped me. Another figure stepped from the shadows. Tall he was, wrapped in black leathers and buckles. A hunter. His eyes were covered by cracked lenses. His voice was low, controlled. Run. I didn't know. I watched him fight it, blade in one hand, torch in the other. They moved like 2 shadows fighting in a dream. And then the beast let out a final howl, and the sky opened. I swear on my mother's grave I saw a symbol bleed through the fog. Above us. Vast, impossible. Not a star, not a moon, not anything we have words for. It looked at me, and in that moment, I felt something inside me twitch, like, I don't know, like blood waking up. The hunter turned to me, and all he said is, "The name's Dryden." He just picked me up and started walking. The chapel doors loomed ahead, carved with ancient glyphs, but something was moving. Eyes, hundreds of them, blinking across the surface of the door like it was a living thing. They tracked us, watched us, but they didn't stop us. As soon as we stepped inside, they closed. The chapel was quiet, cold. A single lantern flickered near the altar, and a few candles sat around the place. So we sit down, and he bandaged my leg. I asked him who he was. He said nothing for a long time. Then, in that same dead voice, he spoke. "The city's cursed. You know that. But the curse isn't a plague. It's blood." I laughed, a little. "So what? Bad meat?" He looked at me, through me. "The old blood beckons the hunters, just like knowledge beckons the beasts." I didn't understand any of that, and then I coughed. Felt something wet in my throat, spat it into my hand. It was blood. "That thing bit me," I whispered. He didn't answer, just cleaned his blade. I felt it again, that twitch, a stirring behind my ribs, like something ancient had moved in. I looked up at the cracked ceiling, and for a second I saw that symbol again, burned into the wood, faint, watching. "What's happening to me?" I asked. He stood, adjusted his coat and said,
You're waking up.
"Am I going to turn?" I asked, quieter this time. He paused.
Yes.
The silence stretched until I felt it in my bones, but then he continued.
But not into one of those beasts. You have special blood. What's your name?
Tarkin. Tarkin's the name.
That feeling you described, Tarkin. It's not a sickness, it's a calling. A hunter's awakening.
My chest tightened. A hunter?
You were chosen the moment the blood touched you. The real kind. The old blood.
He turned towards the dark hallway behind the altar.
We need to go to Mordray Cathedral. The Archbishop, Soren, he'll help you understand. Help you become what you're meant to be.
A long silence, and then I looked down at my stained hands. And then I looked up. I turned to ask him something else. Maybe to ask if I really had a choice.
Once the blood touches you, there is no choosing. You're a hunter now, and a hunter must hunt. Every beast you kill stops the madness just a little bit. If you don't hunt, you will go mad. Just as the beasts crave and thirst for blood, so now will you crave and thirst for the kill. But you will also seek knowledge. Beware of that knowledge, for too much of it will break your mind, and you'll become one of them.
Hunting? Knowledge? I never asked for none of this. What if I don't want to hunt? I'm not a fighter, look at me. I won't last one battle, let alone hunt them things.
Settle down, Tarkin. All that shouting is going to attract more attention. Keep your voice down. We need to rest up before moving on, but not for too long. Get some shut-eye, will ya? I'll wake you when it's time to go.
If you made it this far, watch out for part 3. Find out what happens at Mordray Cathedral. What the hell is that?
I think it's about time to go. Fuck it. Use this. The time for running is over. We stand together.